Hello, everyone. Last night I recorded a video. I played several battle royales and I played really well. So well that in one of them I actually ended up winning my first battle royale ever. And I had it on film. Unfortunately for me, though, my microphone was not recording, and so the video is completely useless for me. I'm gonna go here, just to show what I'm looking at. Go down to battle royales. I mean, right here. I mean, you can see that I do have a one in the wins column on the battle royale for distance. It did happen. I just wish I was able to show it to everybody. But regardless, though, I got to do a round two on this one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into a brand new battle royale. Hopefully, I can replicate the victory that I had last night. Okay, we have a game starting here soon. See all these tuk-tuks. Immediately I thought India, but this does not look like India. Let's see if I can get a feel. I'm thinking this might be like, this could be like the Philippines even. I don't know. I'm going to place my pin in Manila here and see if it's good enough. No, it's actually not that good. I think a lot of people are having a better guess on this one. Where were we? Okay, so it was the Philippines. Okay, so it was Manila. I had the right idea on that one. It's just everybody else also had the same idea, so it ended up being a good guess. Regardless, though, that's enough to get to the next round. Utsa. Okay. I see the word Utsa. That is a Hungarian word for street. Uh, I am going to go ahead and place the pin somewhere near Budapest. Okay, and that was Budapest that time. It looks like everybody in the game was able to get that one. I guess a little bit further away, but it was enough for me to move on. I did see some German on that truck. I would think this is Germany. Can't be so sure of that one, though. Yeah, I'm just going to place the pin somewhere there. I don't know if it's a good enough guess. Yeah, that's definitely Germany then. I think that looks like Germany. Let's see where we were. Ended up having the best guess there. I just went right in the middle of Germany and ended up getting it. Okay, we are in Europe. I think these yellow signs, it puts me in Scandinavia, and I'm leaning more towards like Finland. Certainly, the language appears to be that. I'm gonna go Finland on this one. I mean, I understand it could maybe be Estonia as well. Yep, it was Finland. Pretty good guess there. Moving on. Keep clear. Okay, I see English and I see a yellow license plate on the back of this and a white one here. I think that should comfortably put me in the UK. Terrible at region guessing the UK. These palm trees? It does, yeah, we are driving on the left. Yeah, I'm gonna go down further south here. Place the pin. Okay, and it was over here near Norwich. The city was Lowestoft. Anyway, it was the UK. I had the second best guess there, and we're moving on. That is an Indonesian flag right away. Yeah, this is definitely Indonesia. I'd be terrible at trying to region guess Indonesia too. I guess I'm just going to go center mass in the island chain here and kind of hope for the best. Okay, and I maintained that second place area, and it was on the middle island here, if you want to call it that, Kalimantan. Uh, Good enough to move on to the top three. And I think this puts us in. I think this is Norway. These longer outside white lines. Kind of does look like a fjord land with some tree coverage. Scandinavian style homes. I think it's Norway. I'm going to go up here someplace and just place the pin down. In last place, I gotta go again. Nope. Let's see if I have time to go further north. Okay, I was not able to get my third. I had to use three tries there. I was not able to get it down. It was on the very, very northern tip of Norway. Originally, I did not go far enough north, and then I moved it up more north three other times or two other times. These players here seem to have a much better understanding of the geography of Norway. I did not have that knowledge at the time, so I got kicked out. No problem though. I mean, I came in the top three again. It seems like I've been pretty consistent coming in like the top five in most of my games. So I think overall I'm playing pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and do another one. I do find these to be a very fun way to practice. Let's see what we get here and see if I can take home a victory to show everybody. I think this probably puts me in the United States. Trying to get a feel for that license plate. It is white. And I see some palm trees. Okay, I think this is going to put me down on the... Doesn't look like California to me. I'm going to go down here. I don't think it's Florida. I don't know what color license plates these guys have down here. Maybe somewhere down here on the Gulf Coast, though. And I guessed outside of Biloxi, Mississippi, and I have the best guess so far. Okay, where were we? It was New Orleans. So I went down on the Gulf Coast. I had the right idea there. Had the best guess overall on that one, so it's good enough to move on. See these bright yellow license plates with the blue. I don't think that would end up being the UK. I think this is probably going to be the Netherlands. Although I think it can be Luxembourg, but it's too flat for that. I think this is a pretty safe Netherlands guess. I'm gonna go outside of Amsterdam. right there. All right, and it was Amsterdam that time. Three of us pretty much clustered right on the money. Several other people went to the Netherlands too. It's good enough to move on. Hmm. Very flat. Seems like the sun is more north. Oh, here's a better one. No, it is in the south. Okay. Where can we be? Um, I think these. I think this could be like Latvia or Estonia or something. Lithuania, maybe. Looks like that was the best guess. I'm basing it off of these pole tops here. I think you see these kind of like three little bell shapes in the Baltic nations. One of them, and then I do see an A-frame. Let's see where we were. Okay, it was Lithuania. Okay, so I had the right idea there. I had the best guess on that one. Pretty happy with that. I was able to recognize the pole top. It's something that I learned, and it at least put me in the right area. So very good. Right here, I think this kind of pole top puts us in Spain or Portugal. Well, actually, yeah, Fort Lev. I feel like I've seen that more in like Brazil though. See if I can get a better idea of the language here. Where is that? Yeah, the sun does kind of seem to be in the south, maybe. I'm gonna go Spain on this one. 1,300 miles off. Okay, so this is not a good guess. Huh, okay, yeah, it was Brazil. Good thing that wasn't a duel. The sun seemed like it was in the north. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't look like Spain. That was horrible. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That was not good. I probably should have went with Brazil. I think that Fort Lev should have been the dead giveaway. This is Greece, potentially Athens. I guess in every game you do get a terrible guess like that last one. I'm kind of thinking like, what was I doing? I'm gonna go outside of Athens here. I don't think it is Athens. I've spent time in Athens. It doesn't really look like that, but I did see. Oh, actually, it's not. Geez, I'm thinking way too much today. Those are Cyrillics. It is not. Well, anyway, I mean, I went Greece on that one, thinking I was seeing Cyrillics or the Greek letters, but I wasn't. Still have the second best guess here, though. I know it's not correct. Falling down the rankings here. I'm going to need to move this to like Bulgaria potentially. The other guy can't get it. Okay, cool. Where were we? It was North Macedonia. Not too bad. All things considered. It's good enough to move on. See these blue bollards. Kind of thinking Germany potentially, but I don't see those two little white kind of screw things on the back of it. Let's go up here and see if I can get a feel for what this sign says. Could be like Russia, maybe. They use several kinds of bollards. What are we looking at? Could be Sweden. I think with this style, is it Sweden? Yeah, I think it might be. Okay, it was good enough. It was the south of Sweden there. had the best guess, and it's good enough to move on. Um, Terrible. I mean, it looks like I'm someplace in Central Europe. Ulika. I think UL stands for Ulika, and I think that might be a Slovakian word for street. It looks a little bit flat, but not really flat. I just placed a pin here in Slovakia. Okay, this is the worst guess here. Let's see if I can move it up. No, I think that's going to knock me out now. Yeah, I got to the top three. It was Poland. Okay. Yeah, I was mistaken on that word. I feel like the language was similar enough to Polish there. I think I was in the right area of the world. I just was not wasn't the best there on that one. No problem. Okay, well, I think I'm rolling. I think that's two games where I was top three. I'm gonna do one more and hope that I could recapture the glory of coming in first place again. Okay, we got another game starting here. Okay. Thinking with these road lines, this could be Scandinavia again. I don't really recognize that language. I think this might be like Norway. Let's see. It was Norway. The majority of people did go Norway there. It was just much further south than where I guessed. But anyway, it's good enough to move on. Okay. What on earth is going on here? I am in the woods someplace. The sun appears to be coming from the north. Yeah, there's like no signs or anything. All right, so I'm in the. Oh, what was that? Can't tell if it's Japanese or Chinese. Maybe it wasn't coming from the north. Maybe this is like Japan. Okay, so I just placed a pin in the south of Japan there, and it looks like it was the best guess so far. And it was. And I somehow pretty much got it spot on. Good enough to move to the next one. What have we got here? Okay, well, we're definitely in South America. Um, I'm thinking either Peru or Bolivia. I don't really know. It very desert. Maybe in this area of the world. Okay, so it's not going to be the best guess, but it should be close enough. Let's see. Okay, so that ended up being outside of Lima, Peru. One person got it. That was the second best guess outside of La Paz, so not too bad. Okay. The sun is in the south. I think these might be the Alps, or close to the Alps. I just need to get a sign to get me close enough. Let me drive down the road here. I think you find this in like Italy or Slovenia. I think Austria too, even. Pentaplot. Maybe it is Austria, someplace around here. Italy, but that doesn't look Italian to me. Okay, so I just placed a pin in Austria near the borders of all three of those countries, and I think it might be a good enough guess. It was Austria. Okay, and I had the second best guess on that one, so it's good enough to move on. All right, I don't know. I'm gonna go check out what this sign up here says. Looks average. Got CZ. I think that should be good enough to assume that I'm in the in Czechia. Yeah, I'm just gonna go somewhere near the middle. Place the pin down. Okay. It was over towards the east part of Czechia here. I had the best guess, and I'm good enough to go on to the next game here. Is it the top two already? There's a top three. Top three. Okay. Where are we? I see several. Let's go back this way. Driving on the left. I don't think it's Singapore. I think this might be like Hong Kong, perhaps, or Macau, or something in this area. I'm not entirely certain on that one. It's standing right now. Looks like it was Hong Kong. Had the closest guess there, and it's good enough for me to move on to the next one. So I'm back to the finals here. Let's see if I could actually put a victory on camera this time. And let's see this alien-looking guy. Okay, this is definitely going to put us somewhere in one of the former Soviet countries. I do see those Cyrillics. Reddish car. I mean, this is potentially Ukraine, maybe. Well, while I got 30 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and just place the pin in Ukraine. I think they do have some like summertime coverage in that country. I mean, without further ado, I mean, I got to place the pin someplace. And this person's probably going to hedge it and place the pin with a few seconds left and see if they can. Oh, looks like they already did. Yep, and they jumped me at the very last second and was ever so slightly closer. It was Ukraine. It was just further in the south of the country there. Lost a battle royale by mere, I mean, inches, it seems. That one hurts a little bit. I had a feeling I was going to get jumped with like a second left, and that's exactly what happened. So good for this other player for getting that one and just inching me out. Happy that I got back to the finals on that one. I think, was a pretty strong guess to kind of put me in the finals, but I was not able to bring the victory home today on camera. But, oh well. That was fun. I played 3 games. I think I played pretty well in all 3 of them. I mean, there was, a couple of rounds in there that were just god awful. That's going to happen to I think anybody as you play GeoGuessr and you play a lot. But anyway, I will be back later with more duels. I mean, the week is over. I mean, I'm getting this thing prompted here. Let's see how I did. I guess right at the end of the video, I don't have a choice. And I came in 20th place on the Gold 1 division, so it does not look like I am being demoted. And I will get back into some more duels later on today, but for now, I gotta shut it down.